Welcome to this week's WTOL 11 Weather Impact. I'm meteorologist Matt Willoughby, and this week we're talking all things fall and, of course, those fall colors. Now, we are in meteorological fall, and that does start at the beginning of September, so we'll be talking about how that extreme heat lately and those dry conditions could likely be impacting that fall color as we go throughout this fall. So we're going to break it down for you. The perfect ingredients you do need for those fall colors is you need that sunshine, some colder temperatures, but not too cold, and also that rainfall as well, but not too much rain as we go throughout the fall months. And that typically is that perfect formula or that recipe you do need for some gorgeous, vibrant fall colors. But now we could break this down even more. Those sunny days are helpful, but not too dry or not too wet conditions. So you really need the perfect conditions for those fall colors. And the early frost and freeze can hurt those fall colors as well. So as we break down a little bit of those frost and freeze conditions, typically we do see our average first frost right around October 17th. So just a little over a month, but of course we could see that earlier or later, and that average first frost right around a month away around October 6th. So like I said, we could see those earlier or later as we go throughout the fall seasons, but as of right now, don't have any issues with any frost as we go throughout the next 7 to 10 days. Now, as you look at an above average fall, we have continued to see this trend of some fall warming conditions, and just since 1970, we increased about 4 degrees on that average temperature as we've gone throughout the last several years. As we look at those fall weather impacts, the wetter you see at least those fall conditions, we do need some rain, but like I said, not too much rain will help those reds, yellows, and orange vibrant colors really pop out throughout the fall months. But hey, if you have those drier conditions, well, that really does put some stress on the trees, and we'll be talking about that more in just a little bit. But also that means later peak colors as well, so you have to wait a little longer with those later peak colors. When we talk about cooling and warming, well, if you have cooler conditions, we'll have more vibrant colors, and those sunny and crisp days, really the perfect recipe for those gorgeous conditions and also those cooler nights as well. Now, we don't necessarily want those nights where we do get below freezing or that frost level, which is right around 36 degrees, but we want a nice, calm, cool, crisp night. But even if we have warmer conditions, that means later peak of color and even not as bright colors as well. So really muted fall foliage colors if it is, in fact, a warmer fall. Now, one of the things we are watching as far as those fall colors go is that latest drought monitor. And throughout at least Lucas County and parts of Fulton County as well, we do have a moderate drought and at least dry conditions well across northwest Ohio and into southeast Michigan. But as we break it down, dropping down to southeast Ohio, well, we are really seeing some exceptional, severe, and even extreme drought across these areas. So these areas are really impacted lately by those dry conditions. And that is definitely, if this continues, will definitely be a problem as we go throughout the later part of this September and into October when that fall foliage really starts to pop out. Now, we widen the picture out. This is a map for you, at least showing heat stress. So when we talk about heat stress, that means heat stress within the trees, which means we have some colors already popping a little bit, but also leaves falling off those trees as well, which is not a good thing as well. So as we see high stress, we do have that throughout most of Ohio and just south of the Toledo metro. So that is not a good thing, but even a moderate stress across the area as well. We widen the picture out. Most spots across the Midwest into a moderate to high stress level for those trees. And that is not a good thing when it comes to those fall foliage colors and those vibrant colors we're always used to see. But that could change as we go throughout September. So we still got those above average temperatures, but also that less wet conditions as well. But like I said, that could change as we go throughout September. As we at least see those heat stress characteristics, you'll see those leaves even falling off earlier. And if we do get that late summer heat, that could lead to some premature coloring on those trees where you see some reds starting to pop out. But that is not a good thing, as that is a tree experiencing heat stress as you go throughout the late summer and early fall months. Now, as we look at the next 8 to 14 days with that precipitation outlook, and this is not what we want to see. We have some dry conditions as we go throughout the middle of September. So still likely going to be at least below average on that rainfall, and above average when it comes to those dry conditions well across Ohio into Indiana, Illinois, and even up into Wisconsin and Michigan as you go throughout the middle part of September. So when we talk about those heat stress impacts, when that does happen, we'll see fall, at least a shorter season. And that means less vibrant colors as well. Of course, we're always used to those nice, beautiful, vibrant colors throughout Northwest Ohio and even across the Midwest. But if that heat stress does in fact continue, well, that's when we'll likely see some less vibrant colors out there. And lastly, that will impact at least fall recreation across many of those areas who do in fact thrive on that fall recreation. This is likely $1 billion industry when it comes to fall activities and that fall foliage. So this is one thing we will definitely keep an eye on as we go throughout the next several weeks as that heat stress starts to become a more common topic as you go more into September and also into October. And we keep track of that as well right here on this WTOL 11 Weather Impact. I'm meteorologist Matt Willoughby. Thanks for watching.